I look at all of these swings and everything, and then I look at the indicators and what was going on. So we've talked about this first one here a lot this morning, or a lot this afternoon right here. We had the move down here and how the indicators lined up right here. So this is really a 940 move. You can see this. Close it down a little bit. You can see it really good right here. This started off pretty much at the open right here. So, we had to move up, and then we had this pullback right here, and it turned out not to be a pullback. It turned out to be a walk down. And see your indicators followed through with that. We started out with cycle oscillator up, and then it went negative. It broke back through the zero, and it went red, and it kept going down, down, down. RSI crossed over it, down, down, down. Blue dots to yellow dots. Stochastic, slow stochastic right here. It rolled over, and then it went down to the oversold extreme, and it stayed down here during this entire run that we had. You can see that right there. It stayed down here, and you can see we saw the same thing right here with the RSI. And then we have the sea of yellow dots right here. Pink dots, we have one little green peeper right there. And then it went back, pink dots, up in like till about 11:30 when we got this little pullback right here. You didn't know it's going to be a little pullback. Could have been a full-on shift. You never really know. But the thing on this is it started moving up. It got to the zero line right here on the cycle oscillator. But watch your RSI. Even though it went blue right here, what did the RSI do? It never got up to the 50. And what that tells me is the buyers never really took control of the ball. The sellers still had the ball. It's kind of like they fumbled it, and the buyers picked it up, but then they fumbled it again. They got it right here. Didn't quite get a first down, and then on the second down, they fumbled it. The sellers took it back over, and they were trying to get down to the end zone, trying to get down, and then they bounced again right here and actually fumbled it, and then the buyers picked up the ball, and they actually took it I don't know, up here to VWAP. And then they turned it back over to the sellers. You can kind of look at that as a football game, the battle between the buyers and the sellers, and that's what's going on. But you can watch your 20. You can watch your 20, watch your VWAP. Look at those R levels, and then like I said, you guys see me do this all the time whenever we come in and put a low, especially when we get a green bar or a red bar. A lot of times I'll draw. If we're in chop and consolidation, like right here, I would have drawn a bird cage around that, because I do that so that it kind of keeps me grounded, and I'm not interested in trading it to the upside until we get out of that chop zone, and I'm not interested in trading it to the downside until we break out of that chop zone. So that just kind of keeps me grounded right there, and I can look at what's going on with these levels. So see, when we put this in right here at the green bar right here with this reversal, with this pullback to the 20 here, that established that block of buyers right there. And then since we didn't move right, we didn't break through it, we drifted back down to it, but this level held, and then we bounced again. Now we could have broke through, but we never did. And see, we came back down here again at the end of the day and tested, but see, there wasn't a lot of strength in this move right here. So it came down. That was the strongest move to the upside that we had right here. Bounced now this and up to VWAP. And so that's another thing that you guys should keep in mind whenever you're taking, if you're taking a trade, is have an idea where your levels may be. And you can go back and you can look at these levels, look over at SPY and look at your option chain. We do this in the morning all the time. I start looking at the option chain, usually about quarter after 10, 10:20, 10:30, whenever we start, you got enough trading time that you can see some action going on here, and you can look at these levels. And if you would have gone and looked at the level right here, probably around this time, we'd have probably seen put volume right here at 680, and then we'd have probably seen some call volume up here at about 685, maybe at that level right up here, a little above VWAP. And so that can give you guidance right there, and that kind of supports and verifies why we're getting these swings. You know, when we come down to a level and then we bounce and then we hit another level, it kind of goes back to the previous swings whenever we have. It'll come back up and you can see it hit a level and then it'll fail and then come back down to a support level and then it'll bounce again and try it again.
Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video from Trade With Me Now. Make sure to go ahead and like this video and subscribe to our channel so you make sure that you catch our next video right when it's released. Also, if you have a question or comment, please leave that in the comments section below. And of course, if you want to learn more about Trade With Me Now or join our community of profitable traders, go to tradewithmenow.com. There's also a link in the description below.